I did not have an intro, but I also don't have a speed build for you today. But might I say, I think it is cooler than a speed build. It is more interesting and more exciting. For a while now, I've been complaining that I don't have a zoo to put in all the new DLC animals that are kind of more warmer climate, kind of deserty, and now that we're getting a pack that is dedicated to just that, I felt called to finally change that. I have been planning this zoo for a while, and I've been collecting inspiration pictures for that for such a long time, but I was like, okay, no, you're gonna wait, finish one of your current projects first, don't overdo it. But I just couldn't stop myself now that we get in the pack, and I was like, okay, I won't be able to use any of these animals if I stay in my current project, whatever. So I was like, okay, you can do it. You can start the thing you've been hoping to start for a while, and I'm just gonna tilt the camera now. I mean, you probably have seen it in the thumbnail anyway, and you probably know what it's about, but we're gonna talk about that, and yeah. So it's gigantic, so that is why we are not getting a speed build for that. It's so much, it took so long. I hope you like it. So yeah, let's actually stay up in the air for a bit. You can look at it from here for a while I talk more about what it's going to be. We are going to be building a zoo that is inspired by Moroccan architecture. I really think Moroccan architecture is so beautiful. I've never been there, but it is so high on my list of things I want to travel to, or like countries I want to travel to. And I've been to Tunisia before, but I was a kid, so I barely remember. But my mom looked at it and she was like, oh yeah, no, Tunisia looks like that, kind of. So I'm so excited. I think it is so beautiful. Moroccan architecture. It was so hard to bring to the game, though. This, I've probably been building for this and not doing much else, as embarrassing as it sounds, for the past, I don't know, like 3 days, maybe? And yeah, I don't know. I was really excited when the pack came out. I was sitting on a train during my traveling, and I was like, you gotta start. So I was on holiday. If you're new or you haven't watched the previous videos, I was on a lengthy holiday, and the announcement came while I was still traveling. So obviously there is nothing going on over here, but I have some plans for this, and we'll look at the back too. But I think for now I want to set us down here. Let's actually, because this is symmetrical. I barely ever built symmetrically. But I did for today. And I do think that it looks kind of empty, but I hope that this will change once there's visitors walking through, because right now I think it looks very huge and empty. But yeah, I have some hopes that that is going to change. This is a custom flooring, and by the way, if you want to know how I built any of these things, let me know. I can still show you, but this would have been way too long as a speed build. Like I said, it took me about 3 days and not doing that much else in these 3 days to build all that. And it was a lot of try and error, because it obviously is a style that I've never built in. So there is custom flooring. Some of it is like has some differentiation to it. Like some of the stones are kind of broken up, then there's like dirt, and over here it's some, but there's also, hold on, there's also some grass poking through in some of the places. So I tried to make this a bit more realistic, but let's go back here. We have a lovely lion statue, which is sitting in some a puddle of water, but I just wanted the circle, and yeah, I'm still thinking about how I could do something with this here, to kind of be like, oh, this is done by sculpture, it's that person, you know? So we have this lion statue, and then obviously this is a huge fountain, and you can either go outside of the fountain over here and walk down this lane, which I think is what we're going to do first, because I really, really love those lanterns. I'm pretty sure they're from the Africa pack, so perfect for this. And so obviously behind those fences here, we would, hold on, behind these fences here, there would be the zoo. And yeah, but let's walk down here, and those pumps are really, really pretty. I am so like happy that I didn't use like the regular palms for this, because I think they would have left a lot of empty space in between, or I would have had to use more, and they also would have looked way more symmetrical even when they were turned. But with these, I have a little bit more, they don't feel as symmetrical even though they are planted symmetrically. So yeah. Walking down here, we have this wing of the building. There is not really, well, I have a plan for this. We will also look at the backs and the upside and the inside. So this I will probably use for staff. And then over here, now this isn't really finished. I still want to do some with it. Over here we'd have ticket counters, like it's the info booths, you know. But we, you know, I still want to decorate this out, like put something in the back here, because it might not look like this, but this is you know, the wall is like this. So I might have to, you know, be creative with that, but I also wanted to have it kind of realistically that those cashiers could actually leave and go somewhere in the staff area, because I think a lot of people really lock in their cashiers, and I don't want to do it for this one. But yeah, let's take a step back here from looking in from the fountain, because I think this looks really cool. Yeah, so I had a really big inspiration picture for this. Let's actually, you know, kind of go to the place where, you know, it would be like the inspiration picture. So I'm going to put it over the screen right now. So this picture was really what made me do it. I did try to do this round shape, but that really didn't come across in the game as well. So I didn't. Sorry, something just... why is this up here? I don't... Well, I'm gonna fix that later, but this is not supposed to be that way. Like the different tiling here, it's not supposed to be that way. So the tiles from the Africa pack obviously came in very, very handy. And also those decals from the new tropical pack. Oh my god, the packs are coming out so fast. And yeah, this is also from the inspiration picture, this like round thing with a lantern here. And then this, obviously this area isn't finished, but I'm so happy with this view. Like when we zoom out a bit, like walking through here, you have this like really cool framing for this tree. So that would be a very first one of these, like, I don't know what they're called, like courtyard. And that is a very, very popular thing with all of the pictures that I've seen of Morocco or Marrakesh, and so I definitely wanted to have this courtyard, and we're probably going to build a bunch more. Before we go through there and talk about the rest of the zoo and what my plans are for it, so first of all, we're not rude. Hi employees. We're not a rude boss, you know. Yeah, so the other wing of it, we're gonna have a souvenir shop. So this is a door, and this is gonna be connected up by path. It says exit only, and it's going to probably have a turnstile after it or something like that. So that only people can only exit and they can't come in. I mean, we could also just get rid of the handles, but that's weird. Like, then it wouldn't look like a door anymore, you know? And yeah, so now we're in kind of the shadows. There's also a lot of seating around here, and I tried to not make it too even. I think that too much symmetricality makes it... that's probably not a word. Symmetry is the word. That too much of it kind of makes it look unnatural, so I try to mix it up with things like that. So now talking about the fountain, it has this star shape, and these pieces from the Africa pack came in so handy for that. We're probably gonna see a lot more use of... hold on. We're probably gonna see a lot more use of this throughout this park. And I mean, this is a nice view, right? And yeah, so let's actually go back out of our visitor mode and go back up here. So here's some overview of everything. And yeah, like I said, I don't usually build very symmetrically, and that is something that we're gonna see once we turn around and look at those areas here. So I wanted to have these like roof gardens, so these are obviously not finished, but we're gonna hide some vista points up here so that the visitors will actually come up here, and I hope that we will actually manage to get something worth looking at down here. So this one will not be walkable, and probably the upstairs also won't be walkable, just because the paths are so thick that it just looks weird. I tried it, it looks weird. So this will also have a connection up to here, and this is where the people would go up to the roofs. And you know, we're gonna do some roof gardening and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna look very cute, but it's definitely not gonna be, you know, very important to the zoo. But I still wanted to have that because, you know, a lot of my inspiration pictures had these flat roofs and had roofs where people could go up. So I wanted to do that. And here will probably be the entrance to the souvenir shop. But it's also gonna, now we can actually zoom in and look at it. But it's also going to have something to walk through into this courtyard thing. So this is where the courtyard is. So it might have an entrance here. It'll have a big entrance here, and that will be the exit for people who want to leave the zoo. We're also obviously going to have to find ways to cover all of this stuff sticking through up. But I think that will be kind of easy. Because I don't have a very strict idea of the souvenir shop, so we can squeeze it or not squeeze it in as much as we need to. And then obviously, you know, this staff person here will have a way to get out of their booth. They don't live in there. And we can probably get rid of this wall, I'm just realizing. But yeah, so let's actually go outside here again and go back into the courtyard and talk about what we're having planned for the future. Obviously the pack isn't out yet, but there's a bunch of animals from the pack that are actually native to Morocco, so that is really, really perfect, and we're going to have them included. We're also going to have some other animals that fit it, or that are kind of like species that there is a type of species that lives in Morocco, but it's not the one that we have in the game, but we're still going to use them. So that is kind of there. You kind of see this round shape here, so all I'm going to say is that something big is planned for here. Yeah, so we will probably skip this big thing though for the first part and start with one of the animals from the packs once it comes out. My video for that might come out a day late because I won't be home at the day that it comes out, which is so annoying to me. I cannot put into words. I will build it beforehand, but I can't film the animals in there, so you might get a video with either the animal missing or you get it a day late. I'm not sure how it will go about it, but other than that, I hope that you're excited for some deserty builds and desert gameplay and some very, you know, big decorations on buildings. And yeah, I hope you're excited for the Arid pack. I am, and oh my god, I have to say this. I've just seen, because my game is in German, right? So I have just seen that when I started the game, you know, there's this little advertisement for the new game, right? And it's literally just called Dry Pack in German, and to me that is so funny. But yeah, so I think that's all I wanted to say. Let me know which animal you're the most excited for this pack. For me, it is probably either the porcupine or the donkey, maybe the sandcat. No, not really a sandcat. It's the porcupine or the donkey, definitely. So that is all for me. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you're excited. And yeah, I will see you on Thursday. I will still, even though it's the release date from the pack, it will still release one of my theme park episodes. So don't you worry. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!